You've got a business to run, big and heavy products to ship, and customers who need them now. When you've got the right driver and the right equipment, you can bet on a spectacular result. Bennett understands complex logistics and puts the best team, the most time, and the latest technology into every customer relationship. So you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the race. Let us handle the rest.
Together, we can move anything.
Rev up and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mission Foods Watkins Glen SpeedTour. And as you can see, all weekend, we could not have ordered better weather. But you're seeing right here a new livery on Chris Dyson's car because Jim Weed has put out a new flavor for the car. So he's going to put out a new flavor livery. It is pineapple. Is it pineapple kiwi? Pear pineapple. And we know that the whole Trans Am paddock absolutely loves having the Jim Weed at our Jim Weed winner's circle, but the new pear pineapple coming out, so that is awesome. Then we got to talk about these liveries because we know the Adam Andretti car in Topliner, but we are so excited to have Castrol joining us. Huge company, Claudio Burton, way to go. That really helps out Burton Racing, but also the Trans Am series. So Tabitha, we've got to be super excited about having Castrol come on board.
We are absolutely excited, so thankful, really appreciate Castrol stepping up and putting themselves in the car, and we look forward to hopefully some future opportunities with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabitha Andretti. Then we come across here, Tommy Dreesy with Lucas Mav TV. Tommy Dreesy's car is looking really fast. Tommy was here a couple weeks ago testing. They're saying that the car is really fast. He feels really good. Then the Ultimate Headers steal it. The Mopar in the field. So where are the Mopar fans? Leave us a comment. Householder Motorsports. We've got the legend Boris Said here with us, ladies and gentlemen, in the Poncho Weaver Osseo Data Ultimate Headers Mopar Dodge Challenger. I love that car, Poncho. Thank you for bringing it out. Then the Valley Automotive Group, McNichols, two-time champion Amy Ruman, the McNichols Metal Service Center, the number 23 red. Keith Grant, love having Keith Grant here, the number 40 with the Franklin Road Apparel, Showtime Motorsports, Dreesy Motorsports. Awesome to have him here. Then we've got Paul Menard. Now, you know, I know that Dreesy and Andretti, Boris Said has been here many times, but remember, Paul Menard may not be here many times in TA, but he's been here a lot in the NASCAR Cup Series. I asked him here just a little bit ago how many times he's been here, and he doesn't know, but we know that this Master Force Tools car is fast because he's got many, many pole awards, many wins with this Menard's Master Force Tools Ford Mustang with 3 GT. Then one of my best friends in motorsports, really great guy. This isn't Ron Fellows. This is John DeGainer. John DeGainer was ready to start with us at Mid-Ohio, didn't have rain tires, and it started raining, so he's here at Watkins Glen. So you're out here in a legendary car, legendary track. Welcome back. How's it feel?
It feels great to be here. What a fantastic weekend, and I appreciate everything with the Trans Am team to be able to join these guys. It's really fantastic.
But he comes by it naturally, doesn't he, Dad? You've been racing since the early 60s, and you're Devin, team owner. This has got to feel good.
Yeah, well, I brought him up right. It's 62 before he was even born. I started with cars, and then he took over. Nice. But Daddy's still involved, and I love every minute.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for bringing that out. Then Keith Grant's dad, Richard Grant, out here in this beautiful car. GT1, unbelievable. Great to have the Grants out here. Memphis, Tennessee. I saw Milton in the paddock. Milton's going to be out here qualifying. So this is just the TA qualifying. Then we go to the GT cars that are lining up right here. It's about to get loud here, Jonathan, so I'm going to send it up to you.
Great stuff, Ben. Thank you so much. And, yep, we've got the Grants, father and son, racing. We've got a very fast and newly sponsored Adam Andretti. And there may be a slight delay to getting them out there right now while they get the track all fixed up and ready. Yeah, so there's a bit of a calm before the storm. But as Ben alluded to, what will happen is because the TA cars are so much more quick than the production cars, we're talking 850 plus brake horsepower, and there's some fairly fast straights down here. The TA cars will go out on their own, do their qualifying session, and then the production cars, as is part of the history of Trans Am, will go out afterwards. And it looks as though it's going to be a big day for David Hodges, who is taking that Lamborghini and has done already some good SVRA races in it. It's great to see that top line of Castrol. It's great to have Castrol just involved in the championship. Really, really impressive for Claudio Burton's car. Remember, Adam Andretti winning on his birthday. Tommy Dreesy talking in his press release earlier in the weekend about coming here in 2009 and getting a brand new Muscle Milk suit from Greg Pickett to wear. There you go. Memories of the Glen. Everybody's got some great memories of coming here, and there's a fair few of this group who've done some winning here. Saw Paul Menard this morning, and it was very odd because in the test session he was flying, and then yesterday he put one lap in. So I did see him this morning. I said, "What happened?" And he said, "Yep, engine went." So they've had to put a brand new engine in that car. But as Ben said, no question, Paul Menard has got probably more laps than. Well, the only person he probably doesn't have more laps down on this track is probably Dyson, Chris Dyson, who's done, of course, IMSA and Trans Am. And it all began for him here at the Glen. So, yeah, I think there's a fair few out there that have got reasons to want to go well here. Everybody loves racing at Watkins Glen. And I was listening to one of the track drivers yesterday saying, you know, there's not many places where you have uphill braking, blind crests, heavy braking, mid-corner speed, slow corner speed, and then cambered corners as well, where you could kind of get into the bowl and kind of do some slingshot if you get it right. So there's lots to talk about coming into this one. And, of course, the championship itself very much on the line. At the moment, Paul Menard has dominated the championship with 686 points he has, so he's 66 ahead of Chris Dyson. And that's why it's an interesting weekend, this, because it's not out of Dyson's reach by any means, but he hasn't had the perfect season by any means. And you can see Tommy Dreesy, Adam Andretti, and Amy Ruman all scoring big points as the weekends have gone on. Ruman on the podium last time out. She has won here back in 2016. Tommy Dreesy's got a good record here. They've got consistency on their side. And when you look at those points, it really is a case of if Menard, who's also been very consistent, doesn't have a problem, well then, sure, he'll extend the lead. But we could lead Watkins Glen if Menard doesn't get his way, with a much tighter championship going in to Canada, VIR and COTA. On board with Chris Dyson in the Jim Wee, number 16, new colours on this weekend. Always fun to see Chris put it through its paces. He'll really want the pole position here, and yesterday he was on fire in practice. It was the fastest in testing was Paul Menard at 1:44.7, but then Dyson went out there and was 2 seconds quicker than anybody. Dyson doing a 1:43.9 to Adam Andretti's 1:45.9. Now that is practice. So it's not qualifying, and so therefore, maybe, just maybe, people were holding their powder. Now Menard, as I said, did a 1:51.1 before his engine went bang, and so he literally got one lap in qualifying, and so the moment in practice, so he was 7th yesterday. But that should change in this qualifying session as heading out they go for the first time into the bus stop. There is Paul Menard in the black and green number 3. It's been a great season for Paul, and as Ben was saying, you know, storied history of Cup races here. And he can't even remember how many he's done. I like the green and white. I like the new colours. Of course, we're used to seeing the purple and the blue. And the Dyson family also have a huge history here. In fact, they did some testing in Virginia just to get into the back of the swing of things after a long summer break. It's been like 8 weeks since we've had a competitive TA race. Ironically, it was won by Brent Cruz, who was trying TA for the first time and was in the car that Boris said will be driving this afternoon, the Poncho Weaver Dodge Challenger. So it's already a winner this season. And it's certainly been a winner in the hands of Boris said in the past. I just love these onboard shots. You really do get a sense of speed with the trees here at Watkins Glen. Bouncing over the bus stop with one of the best. Yeah, Dyson was saying earlier in the weekend that this is, without doubt, one of his favourite tracks. He's won 2 of the past 5 Trans Am races held here. So, yeah. And all the other races he's been on the podium. So there you go. He's never been off the podium here. So it just tells you what this means to him. Like I said, that's 66 points. It's a really double-edged sword, that. If you can narrow the gap just a little bit today, and more importantly, beat Menard, then we've got a real title chase on our hands. This is our current champion, Chris Dyson. And you can see the clock on the top, counting down how many minutes left in this qualifying session. Dyson, turn 11, last corner, on board with him as he hits down the main straight. Currently, he has a 144.4 on the board to set things off in the Jim Weed Ford Mustang. Andretti crosses the line now on 147.2. Dreesy, 140. Boris Said goes quicker, 145.8. Boris Said setting the second quickest time in the first real flying lap of this session. It'll go quickly. No time for making mistakes. You've got to get as many laps as you can in. Back with Paul Menard. Let's see what he finishes off his first lap with. Yeah, Paul Menard had been doing a little bit of Trans Am over the last few years, but committed this year to do the full championship, and it's been a real shot in the arm because Dyson was totally dominating, and then it just didn't happen the right way. Ernie Francis Jr. coming back at Sebring, and then clashing with Chris Dyson, and that put both of them out of the first race of the weekend. So poor old Dyson's been on the back foot for most of the season. He's had wins, but it's been a struggle, to be fair, and they've been working out setup problems with that car. Likewise, Dreesy, they're much more happy with the car and its consistency and the fact that each and every weekend Tommy's putting in good results. Now that stewardship of the team is with Ken Thwaites, I just think it's been an easier, not an easier season, but a more concentrated season by Dreesy, letting his racing show what he's got as he comes over the bridge to complete another lap to see what he does here. And already Dyson upping the pace at 142.7. He's flying again. So he's already gone quicker than his time yesterday. Now Andretti's gone with him. Let's see what Dreesy does. Dreesy crosses the line third quickest at 145.0. So the only one close enough to Dyson at the moment. We'll see what Said does. Said goes third. Boris Said Senior, 145.1. We have to say that now because, of course, Junior is racing in the championship in TA2. And, of course, don't forget we've got our biggest XGT, SGT, GT qualifying session coming right up after this. We've got one of the biggest fields we've had all season. Menard taking plenty of leeway with that last corner. Let's see where he goes now. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. Actually, no. He's got ahead of Dreesy. He's now third. Paul Menard, 44.5. But still chasing 42, 142.7. Chris Dyson can go back on board with our champion. You heard of friends with benefits? Well, now we've got plants with benefits. Chris Dyson, I like that. We get some great onboard shots from the Dyson camp. No improvement this lap. And that best lap of 142.7 may just stick for the rest of this 7-minute session. And the question is, who's going to join him on the front row? Andretti still there at the moment, does not improve on the top line of Castrol-sponsored Burton racing car. Big weekend for the team. One of the most historic names in racing, of course, part of the Alpine team. In Formula One. And Top Liner, a perennial sponsor of this team. This new chassis certainly finding its way to the winning circle this year, and sort of starting a new era for both Burton Racing and to a certain extent Adam Andretti, doing both series. Plenty of track time is Adam. And of course, this I suppose is homewood territory for Adam Andretti, of course, with Uncle Mario hailing from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Into the boot he goes, sliding it nice and wide. Good line there, using the camber of the toe of the boot. And then hitting hard on the brakes and into another right-hander. And then starting the uphill climb towards the end of this track. Now Menard has improved. He's gone to 143.265, and so now sits provisionally alongside this man on the front row. Dyson still with the provisional pole. Points for that, remember. So he'll take everything he can with that 66-point deficit to the championship leader. And there's only 35 points between Dreesy and Dyson, so that's, I think, another thing to factor in. Andretti's still fourth in the championship, and there's only 1 point between Andretti in fourth and Amy Ruman in fifth. So there's a lot on the line as Chris Dyson takes a break. 5 minutes to go. Still time for him to just do one more flying lap. Does he adjust pressures? Does he wait for clear air? There's only 9 cars out there, though. He shouldn't have to worry about traffic. Boris said is parked up. He might not think he can go further than 5. Or 5th place, I should say. Keith Grant, been on a podium here in the past. Also with the Dreesy team. Keith Grant with the Dreesy Motorsports Franklin Road Chevrolet Camaro in the number 40. His usual colours. And currently just ahead of Amy Ruman in 6th place at the moment. John DeGainer, who we spoke to just before the start of this for the Speed Dreams Racing Ford Mustang, slots in at number 8 with Richard Grant in 9th position. So, Paul Menard. Is he coming in or is he coming out? If he's coming out, no, he's coming in. So, who can improve in the last few minutes of this session? 4 minutes to go. Remember, just over or almost 2 minutes per lap. 1:45, 50 seconds under 2 minutes, so not a lot of time at 3:51 to go. John DeGainer in the 04 there for the first time, getting a shot of him as in come one of the Lucas cars. That's Tommy Dreesy. Nice shot from above as the GT cars ready themselves. Let's head down to Ben Sissel.
Hey, I'm with Damon Lockhart here as the Castrol Chevy Camaro just came in. Right now they're qualified third, and I was listening to Damon on the radio. Sounded like Adam might want to go back out. Does he think he might have something, or are you guys going to keep him here?
Yeah, we're going to keep it here, save the tires. Third's not a bad place to start here. Yeah, we're happy with it. We gave it our best, but the race is what matters.
And then I know we talked about it earlier, but having Castrol come on board, I know that's super valuable for Burton Racing. It is for the series, too, so we thank Castrol, but that's got to feel really good.
Oh, it's awesome. Beautiful livery. It's great to have a company like that behind us. So we're happy to be here, and we hope we show out for them tomorrow.
Nice. I love it. Well, let's do this, Logan. Let's come down here. That's Damon Lockhart with the top liner Castrol team of Burton Racing. But we'll come down here and try to talk to Dreesy, Dyson. We've got a lot of people that are coming in, and you're hearing the tire deg thing. I think they watched the Cube 3 Architecture TA2 series yesterday, and we saw some tire degradation going down. So we've got Tommy Dreesy coming in here right now. Let's see what Gary Seelix has to say. So Gary Seelix, you guys look pretty calm. Looks like, are you pretty happy with what's going on?
Yeah, we got a really good car for the race. You know, we could have went a little quicker, but we're just going to save tires, and we lined up pretty good. We got something we're very confident in the race. Tommy's got a lot of wins here, so we're just going to let him do what he does in the race and move up front.
Well, I'm hearing a lot about we're saving tires. Do you guys know something about this newer Watkins Glen surface that we just don't?
Well, we've never had tire issues here, but watching the TA2 race, we had a few cars there that were hurting, I believe, the right front, and they're hitting some curbs out there that they've changed the track and made the curbs taller, and it's affecting the tires. So we're just trying to be safe and safe what we got.
Nice. I love it. Well, that's Gary Seelix with Tommy Dreesy, with Dreesy Racing, Lucas Oil. And then we're going to come over here to Dyson, who is the leader right now in this pear pineapple. So, Stevie Dix, you have time to talk? Oh, sure. So it looks like you guys are feeling really good. So tell us about what you're doing. You came in pretty early, saving tires. You look pretty good.
We had a good run there. We've been working on our Jim Weed car this weekend. It's been quite fast, and we just hit it pretty good on that run. Yeah.
So with 1 minute left in the session, I believe only one car out there, and I think he's coming in, Richard Grant. You should be pole after you pass Tech. Good start to I know Lime Rock is your home track, but this track is actually in New York.
Yes, this is one of our home tracks as well, and we want to win here. Oh, every time we come here, we'd love to win this race.
So there we go. Right now, our provisional pole winner, this Jim Weed, pear pineapple, Altwell, unbelievable Ford Mustang of our champion, three-time champion, Chris Dyson.
So,
yeah, from Poughkeepsie. Hey, and I like this. I like that you guys are giving him some Jim Weed now, that he's not talking to me at some, like, wake or something. More. Yeah, awesome. So, Jonathan, we've got just a little bit in this session. I'm going to send it to you, and then I'm going to try to walk through the GT grid.
Thanks, Ben. Pear and pineapple. What a cocktail. Well, they've mixed it up nicely because right now Dyson is killing it. And our 142.7 stands. Keith Grant was the only man out there. He is currently staying with sixth place over them all at the moment. Boris said we didn't get to speak to him, but it seems fairly obvious. We saw him when Dyson came in. So, yeah, I think basically they're all doing exactly the same idea, which is really one qualifying run, then save the tires because it's going to be a long race. Let's head back down to Ben.
Yeah, sorry, Jonathan. I wanted to interrupt because this is the camaraderie in this Trans Am paddock. A competitor, Gary Seelix, comes over here excited to congratulate his competitor, Chris Dyson, for breaking a new track record. It is all about love, isn't it, Gary?
Oh, it's all about love. Our team last year had the track record. Chris came out and broke it here today, and I can't be more happier for him. You know, everyone I'd like to experience that doesn't race is the family we have in this paddock. We're all great friends, known each other forever, and there's nothing like it.
But now the strategist, he's blocking Stevie Dix from being able to change his tire. Always the strategist. Yeah. Chris Dyson, congratulations. Pole, but I hear track record. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, Ben, you know, Watkins Glen is one of these places that you always lift your leg a little extra higher for. You know, this is close to home for us. It's really meaningful. We've had some great success here in the past. I'm so excited to have the Jim Weed car leading the field once again. That's 3 poles this year at the fastest tracks on the calendar, so I'm personally really happy about that. I think it's going to be a hell of a race. We got a great car for 100 miles, and let's go racing.
Nice. I love it. Well, Chris Dyson there. Greg Pickett, I know it's early for you, but you're on this car, and just extending the legacy of Pickett Racing and TA and the Dyson family. Jonathan, back to you as the GT cars head out.
Yeah, it's a tradition that's gone on since '66, and it continues today with the Dyson dynasty and another pole position at the Glen. Yeah, and I tell you what, you do know what it means when the opposition doffs their cap, as it were, as we say in England, but effectively shows homage to another track record in Trans Am, and that, of course, goes to Chris Dyson, faster than the Dreesy team. Then again, Dreesy, though, have got great success with Burton Racing. At the Glen as well, when they won in 2017 in the 50th anniversary of Camaro with Andy Lally. So there's another sort of accolade that all these teams are thinking about. Tracy's thinking about it, Burton are thinking about it, and obviously Dyson there. Now, here comes our GT cars, all part of the same race, but of course we split them up. These are all production based, and we have a combination of XGT, SGT, and GT. Danny Larry out there. And we've got some competition this weekend from Mr. Hodges, Mr. Hodge, David Hodge, the 43-year-old from Virginia, in the Kaizen Autosport Lamborghini Super Trofeo. Now, he's been in action already in SVRA this weekend, and in fact, I've got a feeling he's going to be in this next Group 10 race, so it's going to be a busy morning for David Hodge, but trying Trans Am for the first time, and we wish him well, because Danny Larry has had it all one-way traffic this season. There is Danny Larry and his hula girl on fine form in practice, showing us the way and the lean. I love this corner, cambering and then straight over there, the bridge and the fencing. These are the blind crests I'm talking about. You know, there's so much of this track that takes a lot of time. Nobody masters it. There's the Lambo I've been talking about. It's a Kaizen Autosport Lamborghini Super Trofeo 2015 spec. Beautiful looking car. Fits into the XGT rules, and therefore will take on the Mercedes. It's going to be interesting. Certainly had some track time for sure. So we watch out for the Danny Larry battle. Now, at the moment, Hodge. We've also got another new driver in James Beaton. So we'll keep an eye on that. He too is in XGT. Ricky Sanders is also out there. So we're going to have a really interesting battle, I think, with several XGT cars out there. SGT at the moment being led by Kaylee Bryson, who has got a huge background in dirt racing, not so much in Trans Am, coming into the series this year and getting a diversity scholarship as well as part of Pirella Holdings incentives. And she's using it to aplomb, leading the rookies and now leading in SGT. Here she is. And not bad, 4th overall at the moment, but let's see what kind of time she puts in these 11 minutes left. It's good to have such a big field as well, and we've got the likes of David Hampton taking part, who also does some SVRA. Jen Prapata also coming in this season. Great to have her out there. Michael Sire doesn't do the full season, but represents well in GT when he's out there. Chris Coffey has totally dominated GT this season, and in fact, if I take you through, Paul Menard, as you saw in TA, leading the way, Kaylee Bryson in SGT, and the rookies in SGT. GT led by Chris Coffey, and it's been a sensational season. He's got 488 points to David Hampton's 211. Hampton out there today. Joey De Silva leading in the GT standings for rookies. Now we're starting to get some proper definitive times from the circulation of the GT cars. Joshua Carlson going quickest overall and quickest in SGT in his Enceiver TC Fab Derek's Limited Ford Mustang with a 1:55.986. There's the Lambo again. David Hodge, 7th overall, quickest at 2:03.1, but I expect more as the tyres get up to temp. Beautiful weekend here, as Ben mentioned. The weather's been absolutely sensational. And so many key people. Oh no, nasty. Now that's one of our new men, and that is James Beaton, and he is beating that car up heavily. Sad to say. That is a big, big crash. I do not know what's happened there. We're just seeing the end of it. And yeah, not good at all. And that will bring out the caution, if not even a red flag. And we have only, what, 8 minutes to go in this session. And we've had to put out the full course yellow. I'd be surprised if they bring a black flag out there to get rid of the damage of that car. Yep, there you go, black flag. There you go. So they'll all be coming into the pit lane now and will sit. And it's now up to the race director whether he wants to give them the 8 minutes they have left of qualifying. They'll need it, but there's also the timing of the entire day as well. But that was, yeah, so that's the exit of the bus stops. Now, the only thing I can think of is that he's bounced off the curbs, and you heard Gary Seeler there talking about the height of the curbs catching a few people out, and maybe, just maybe, and he's also bounced across the road, of course, into the tyre wall there. Ambulance is out there, recovery's out there, so all under control in that respect. And it looks as though they are sending them away, and that could mean that that ends that session. So drama already here in the morning. We've got a black flag in the middle of the second qualifying for the GT cars. That's XGT, SGT and GT cars, and they are not allowed to basically take their position in pit lane by their teams, and they're being drawn in line astern to the end of the pit lane in preparation, presumably, to go back out again as we take a look at David Hampton. Now that car's had some busy work because he's been racing it in IGT with the last 3 races over the weekend, because we started here on Friday, so it's been a busy weekend for the Cayman, David Hampton. But he's getting good track time. He's currently 14th overall, and in the thick of it in GTs with a 2:04.6. We'll take a short break as we are under caution here after one of the cars has crashed quite heavily in our practice. James Beaton. Let's hope he's okay. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back from the Glen.
Rev up and get ready for race day with Mission Foods. The world's best racers and tastiest products come together to make every race delicious. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
The VIR Speed Tour returns to Virginia International Raceway October 4th through the 6th, featuring the Trans Am Series presented by Pirelli, the Cube 3 Architecture TA2 Series, the Sports Car Vintage Racing Association, International GT, Optima Search for the Ultimate Street Car, PSSA, and Janetta Challenge. Saturday, you can take part in the Haggerty Cars and Caffeine Car Show with Parade Lab. You do not want to miss the VIR Speed Tour October 4th through the 6th. For tickets, simply go to speedtour.net. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mission Foods Watkins Glen Speed Tour. It's quiet here, beautiful weather. I wanted to show this a little bit. Some of the gaffer tape has come off here of this Kaizen Autosport Lamborghini, but David Hodge is doing really well. The yellow Corvette of Beaton, who it's his first time in Trans Am. That's what the black flag is for, but he's real fast, so we hope that they're able to clear that up. Then we come to Ricky Sanders. Want to make sure that's Ricky because they keep switching cars. Ricky Sanders really fast. I think he's second right now in time. So, Ricky, how's the car feeling?
The car's great. We didn't get but one lap in, so we're just kind of getting heat in the tires. And that next lap was going to be really good, but of course we lost one of our competitors there in the fence, and hopefully he's all right. It looked like he was okay when I went by, but the car looked like it was hurt pretty good. Oh, no. David's had us covered pretty good all weekend in his Lamborghini, and we'll, me and Danny and our AMGs will do the best we can and see what we can do at the end of the day.
Nice. Well, Ricky Sanders running for Bridge Hall here, and Bennett doing so well in motorsports. But right now it's Josh Carlson all the way from Davenport, Iowa. Drove 14 hours to get here. New engine. This has got to feel really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the car's handling. It's too bad the qualifying session got ended short. I feel like we were going to put down a really good lap. But at the moment, it looks like we're sitting first. So I'm kind of hoping we can hang on to that.
Well, Logan, I know you love this. We got to get a shot of this steering wheel because I just came from a steering wheel that has all the knobs on it of like a Formula One. Now, this has all the knobs of it of a 1990s late model. So just the difference here in all this mixed group racing. But now, Kaylee Bryson also doing really well with her LSI. She's qualified third right now from Oklahoma. So, Kaylee, this has got to feel good for you.
Yeah, for sure. I hope we get to go back out and actually put a lap down. You know, that was kind of just warming our tires up there. But, yeah, we've got a really good car. We've been quick in all the practice sessions so far. So hopefully we get the chance to go back out, put down a fire lap, and start on the pole of this thing.
Nice. I love it. I follow Kaylee Bryson on social media. If she's not doing like midget racing or sprint racing on the dirt, she's out here with us, or she's fishing. She's caught some pretty impressive fish here lately. Let's talk to Danny Lowry, because I would think Danny Lowry would be in the Bridge Hall Bennett car, but he's in this, is it Scenics or Cenix? Cenix Tools. So tell us about Cenix Tools, Danny Lowry.
Cenix is a great company. It's relatively young. We're trying to give them a little bit of exposure out here and help them out. Great company, hand tools, battery operated stuff, lawn and garden, all the full range of equipment.
Nice. Well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but this GT class, the GT, XGT, and SGT, it is growing. So hopefully soon we can have our own GT Trans Am race fields too.
Yeah, it's really nice to see these new guys out here. I hope they keep racing with us. We're going to go out there. Ricky and I have got to go out there and find some speed, show these guys how the old dogs do it.
Now, I know that you and Ricky do whoever's slower in qualifying has to buy ice cream, but surely qualifying in the morning and then racing in the afternoon, you're going to have to hold off that ice cream.
Yeah, we may have a whole quart of ice cream coming to someone.
So that's their tradition there, is whoever is slowest at qualifying has to buy ice cream for the whole crew. And then De Silva here, let me see if I can open up this door. So De Silva, welcome back, this beautiful Supra. But if I'm not mistaken, there's some more Supras in this field.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you there talking. What was that?
So I know you're in this beautiful Supra and you've been with us before in the past, but there's some more Supras in this field now.
Oh, yeah. But we're going to be looking to be the best one out there for sure.
Nice. Well, hey, let me make sure we plug that back in for you. You want to get that? Okay, and check that. Are we good? De Silva, you're good in there? All right, cool. Yeah, I just want to make sure that he's all good. And we're going to come back because they're heading in. So I think that's the time. So, Jonathan, I don't know what they're doing out there, so I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, I think as predicted, that is going to end it there, unfortunately, for all the drivers. And you heard Kaylee Bryson there, hardly really setting anything in motion. There's the work going on thanks to that James Beaton crash. He did hit and impact the tire wall quite heavily at the exit of the bus stop, and they've got to rectify that out. So they've got the digger going, and as you can see, a cast of thousands all watching on. There's the Sunoco checkered flag saying that that is the end of qualifying, and that means that Josh Carlson, ironically, who is not even in XGT, which you'd expect to be a little quicker, is now going to be pole for the race start. Ricky Sanders, Kaylee Bryson in third, Danny Lowry fourth, James Beaton. We'll see if he gets out, and I doubt it, to be honest, after that hit. Chris Coffey leading in the GTs. He's 6th overall. David Hodge in that Lamborghini is in 7th. Joey De Silva 8th. Matt Forbush in 9th position. And Don McMillan. And confirmation, there you go. There is confirmation of that. And don't look too closely at the times because they really don't mean anything. Only a handful of folk got a decent lap in before James Beaton hit the wall there. So a curtailed qualifying, at least for the GT cars, whereas TA got a full session in, and we've got a cracking field set up then for the start of the TA race, which is about 1:15 local time. How good is this? Look at this view from Losowski.
It brings all my fans, it brings the audience into the car with me.
Speed turn, 140 mile an hour entry speeds.
The quickest and most efficient way for me to get information to my drivers is from using the V-Box HD2 system.